Corey, how's it going?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Last week and this week too, you guys are trying to find some ways to get some speed on that line, and you're on third downs, you're getting a lot of ends in there. How was that working out? It seemed like at times it really worked well.
I feel like it's working out a lot better for us. We have a lot of faster guys that we can get into the insides and put pressure on the quarterback and get him outside the pocket and just affect him any way possible.
Just go through that last series at the end. You know that if they get in the end zone, they can tie it or win it, or it's take us to that last series there.
That's exactly what I told the guys when we lined up, and I told them it's now or never. You got to make a play or this might get ugly. And I feel like our guys have matured over this season, and with Coach Jones, I feel like they stepped up and made big plays and allowed us to get a win.
Corey, how proud are you that it was the defensive line that ultimately took control? I mean, it was an interception, but he was hurried for sure.
I'm proud of our guys on the defensive line, but like I told our guys in the defensive backfield, they did a great job all game, making plays, covering these receivers, and giving us time to get to Matheny.
With this defensive line now getting healthy, because Corey Vereen made a play on the interception, how good can you guys be going forward, do you think?
I feel like we can be as good as we want to be. We take the coaching from Coach Tripp, we take the coaching from Coach Jones and Jancic. I feel like we can make waves of improvements.
What do you think about some of the running game that they had against you? They rushed for, I think, about 100 yards in the second half.
So they did a great job. They did a great job scheming up our defense, and we made a lot of mistakes defensively. We made a lot of mental errors, and we got to get in and watch the film tomorrow and improve.
Corey, did you guys feel like you guys maybe relaxed when it was 31-7? You stopped them early in the third quarter, and it was just kind of looked like it would be kind of cruise control from that point.
I hate to say it, but I believe we did. At the same time, that's something we have to work on as a team entirely, and that's gonna go down this week. Working on not giving up and playing the entire 60 minutes.
Coach talks about teaching you guys how to win and learning how to win. Are you glad that you guys kind of had a teaching moment, not let up, all that kind of stuff in a win and didn't end it a loss there?
Definitely. Coach Jones, he preaches all the time. Relentless. Just got to keep fighting, and I think today the state of Tennessee is seeing a volunteer team that knows how to claw and fight their way through an entire game, even through adversity.
Corey, at the end there, you guys had 3 straight pressures in a row, near sacks. I mean, 2 of them were by you and Corey Vereen on the last one. What was different in those 2 plays? Was it just a different mentality? Why were you guys able to get to the quarterback those last 2 snaps?
I feel like it's completely the mentality of our defensive line, knowing that if there wasn't a play being made at that time, that the outcome could have been a lot different, as well as our defensive backfield. Their mentalities were great. They made great plays on the receivers, so they gave us time.
How big of a step is that for you guys? That when it's time to make a play, it's you guys on the front who are dictating things in critical situations.
I feel like it's a jump start for our egos in the defensive line. It makes us feel a little better about what we could possibly be doing if we worked hard. And I think that we're going to take it in the next week because we have Aaron Murray coming in here, a great quarterback, and we have to be prepared for him.
Corey, it looked like you were involved in several big plays. How do you think you played today, and do you think this was one of your better games during your career at Tennessee?
I feel like I played all right. I'm not sure that I would call it one of the better games, but I just wanted to be there in any situation to help my teammates because I know they're going to be in their positions, and I think we did well as a defense overall today.
Corey, how close is this team taking the stuff that you guys are learning and doing in practice and making it happen out on the field?
I feel like we're doing a better job with it than we've done in the past few years. We're actually taking what Coach Jones is telling us and trying to relate it through practice because we know that he's not going to lie to us and he's not going to do anything wrong to us. And I feel like we actually understand what's going on here and trying to make this Tennessee volunteer football team a little better.
Corey, with all the talk about margin for error for this team being so small, what does it say? How big is it that you guys maybe won when you didn't play your best? I mean, at times you played well in spurts, but for 60 minutes you made a lot of mistakes and still found a way to win. What does that say about you guys' growth?
Well, like you said, our margin for error is little to none. And I feel like it says a lot about our team, knowing that we made mistakes, knowing that if we can improve and not make those same mistakes, how much better we could do as a team.
The mistakes, though, seem to be mounting a little bit. The penalty numbers seem to be going up. Turnovers seem to be going up. Any explanation for why? Is it fatigue? Is it mental fatigue? Why do you think you guys haven't played as clean games the last couple of weeks as you did early in the year?
I feel like it's mental fatigue. Our preparation was well this week, one of our better weeks of preparation. I still feel like there's a lot of improvements we can make as far as getting guys in the film room and getting guys, better prepared to face opponents on Saturdays. But I definitely feel it was a mental breakdown.
What are your thoughts now going on against Georgia? Obviously, it's a pretty impressive team, and just your thoughts going into that game.
One of the better offensive backfields in the nation. You got Gurley, you got Aaron Murray, you got a great offensive line. It's going to be a challenge for our team, and I feel like it's something that we're interested in taking on Saturday, and I feel like it's going to be a great game.
What are your memories of last year's game? Obviously, it was a tough way for things to end up, but you guys really played with them for pretty much the entire game.
It lets us know that it's not a mentality of any team being that much better than us just because of the name. I feel like we can play with anybody as long as we have our technique right, as long as we have our assignments correct, and I just feel like that we'll be prepared for it.
What was going through your head on that fourth and goal play there when you see Brian make the interception?
I turned around and just threw my arms up and was like thank the Lord, We worked hard for it, and I feel like the mentality of the guys on that last drive was, it's a do or die mentality. Either you make a play or it can get ugly.
Interceptions have been awfully big for this defense this year. As the guys up front creating pressure, do you feel like you're part of that, making that happen?
Well, actually, I feel like it's the other way around. I told the guys after the sack that I appreciate the defensive back end, because if it's not for those guys being in their positions and making plays, then we wouldn't have the time to get there. So I give thanks to them.
Corey, coach said that you guys needed games like this. Explain what he meant by that.
I feel like he knows that we need a game whereas we have adversity and are able to overcome it. Not only one sense of adversity, but multiple turnovers, penalties, things of that nature. And I feel like as a team, if you come in the locker room after a win like that, you understand that, hey, it was ugly, but at the same time, you could have done so much better, and it could have made that game a lot easier on yourselves. So I feel like it's a positive for us going into next week.
I know you've probably been asked this, but 31-7, did you guys take your foot off the gas?
I feel like we mentally broke down as a team. That's something as seniors we have to take care of. Something as a team in general we got to take care of it. We got to come in tomorrow, no days off, and just get back to work.
After 2 road games against Oregon and Florida, was this team a little spent?
I'm not necessarily going to say that. We had one of our better prepared weeks. This week is one of our better weeks as far as preparation comes. I just feel like we have to mentally stay locked in for a total of 60 minutes.
Obviously, the road gets tougher with these next 3 games that you have coming up. I mean, talking about moving on to the challenges ahead after this game today.
It's the pink elephant in the room. Everybody knows it's coming. Everybody knows it's coming up for us. I feel the team, we got to mature. We got to mature quickly, because you have the Georgias, the South Carolinas, the Alabamas coming up on your schedule, and we just got to be prepared for them.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.